This is our first episode of The Porch, where we will discuss many different topics and we will give our personal opinions on each and every one. I'm Ninfa Saavedra.
I'm Lanita Hughes.
And I'm Taylor Mitchell-Smith, and the first thing we're going to be talking about is the racist soccer fans. Well, the racist Chelsea soccer fans, actually.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel like how they lashed out really was just uncalled for.
Yeah. But I feel like it was a Paris Metro. And what, a lot of people did, they were like, we're racist and we like it. First of all, they're never known for being racist. If you ever been to Paris or ever been to, a Europe country, they're not known for being racist. That's not something that they do. But, since ISIS attacked them, and the guy who attacked in the supermarket, he was a fair skin color. He was like brown skin, my color. I feel like they are on attack against African Americans. And he's not African American. He's actually Muslim, but he has fair, dark skin. So I feel like they're on attack mode every time they see someone with fair, dark skin, because they don't know who to trust now. It's like kind of like, okay, no, you're not going to get on the subway because you're not going to blow us up. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm kind of understanding their reason for doing it. Yeah. That's why.
I completely understand that. I mean, it is kind of, around this time when that incident just happened, I can understand how people would feel about that. But at the same time, you cannot treat people like that. Right. It's just not fair. Right. And mostly in that article, I was reading about how they were giving most of the blame to the officer. And because, he was supposed to be held to a higher standard, being an officer and all. And I just feel like he should have been. And he should have stepped in and did the right thing, no matter what you may have thought or what you were expecting due to previous things that may have occurred. But you just have to, you have to be fair. And I don't feel like that was fair at all. What do you think, Callie?
Well, actually, my question to you, it's definitely not fair. But my question to you guys is, what was you guys' reaction when you guys actually saw them push that man off the train?
I just think it was uncalled for. Like, I felt hurtful for him. And he even said, Solomon S., he even said that he feels like everyone involved should be thrown in jail, because if that was the African American community or the Hispanic community or the Jewish community, if they would have did that to, Caucasian or Asian, we would have definitely been in jail by now. We probably would have been under the jail. And I feel like, they have these people on video. They have human rights official Richard Barkley on video saying things, and he still has his position, he still has his job, and he's saying like, oh, I'm not racist, but you made racist comments and you denied a black man, an African American man, his right to get on a metro. Do you own that metro? No. Like, you have no authority to say a regular citizen that they cannot get on the train. Or on the metro. That's just crazy to me.
Right. So, judging from that incident, do you guys feel like we're, as a community or just as a whole, that we're actually taking steps forward or actually backtracking?
Definitely back, because it's a sad day when a man gets pushed off of a train because of his skin color. And I want to touch on what you just asked, which was how do we feel about that? I don't understand why they're not held accountable already. There's a video. How much more proof do we need? It's not necessarily really just as there's not it shouldn't be any type of argument as to if they're guilty or not, because the proof is in the pudding. We see the video. You are guilty, and that isn't fair.
I just feel like they should all pay for what they did. They should all be held accountable for it.
No doubt.
And of course, I just have to keep saying this. I feel like it was a reaction to what happened in ISIS. What happened, the ISIS attack that happened there. And I just feel like, they're just reacting. They're scared. They're nervous. I'm not saying that it should be, they shouldn't be held accountable for their actions. But, if that happened to us, like, when, the September 11th thing happened here, we were kind of on guard, with all Muslims. It was kind of like, wait, pause. He got this hair wrap on and his plane. You need to check him once more. So, just okay.
Also, they actually have I believe 3 suspects they found, and I was reading about it. They were saying actually those suspects are no longer allowed to attend any more of the soccer games, let alone, well, if they can't attend soccer games, they should be in jail. If you have 3 suspects already, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like they're definitely questioning them, but we'll see what happens. We'll definitely let you guys know if anything happens, But on to the next, Zendaya. Okay, she has these little faux locks.
Love her.
And Juliana, she made some. It was called racist. I don't think it was racist, but she made some disrespectful comments about her. It was definitely disrespectful. But I people always want to throw the race and everything. I don't think it was.
They
racist.
quick to throw that card.
I don't think she was being racist at all. I just think that she made a very rude comment. I do think she did that. And I feel like she had. I know. I'm just gonna let y'all talk about that first.
Well, tracing back on race, now if it was an African American woman to have said that comment, it'd be looked at a different perspective, right?
I don't know.
Or you wouldn't still be thrown as just.
I mean, I felt some type of way for it because I don't have faux locks, but I do have twists. And I feel like she was saying okay, because you have, things that look like dreads or individual braids or twists that, you smell like weed or you're a hippie. That doesn't mean, she looked beautiful.
I like them.
She looked beautiful. I don't think that it was fit for, the dressy type of event that she went to, but it was a beautiful style. She's young. We want to try new things as young adults. I mean, we do crazy things all day. We cut our hair. We always want to find our identity. We're young. So I don't feel like she should have made the comment that she smells like weed or, she's associated with marijuana because her hair is a certain way. You can't say that. I mean, you have people that was on crack and visibly on crack and you just say, oh, she's a crackhead. Like you gave them the benefit of the doubt. So don't say just because someone's hair is a certain way that, oh, she smokes weed.
Of course.
You're defaming her. She can sue you.
Well, what I have to say about the situation is, at what point in time did we start judging a person's character based off of their hairstyles? If anything, we should be giving her props for being so versatile because she's one person that can pull off dreads or pull off curls or even straight blonde hair. Like, that's just her, and she's gorgeous. And that was just a comment that got took too far. And I don't feel any other way about it. I mean, yes, I feel like it was wrong. I do agree with you, Ninfa, and it was really disrespectful because I feel like she tried to kind of relate her to Bob Marley in a way.
She did.
And that is really disrespectful. And that just shouldn't be done today. And I think that it was rude.
Fashion Police is supposed to be funny. It's comical. So I think that, she was just trying to keep it going. She was trying to be the mean person. But if you ever watch Fashion Police, she is always known as the sweet person, the kind of person who stays in a safe zone. And for her to say something like this, which she did say it was scripted because it was, the day after the Grammys, they had just finished the Grammys. And she said it was scripted. It was written. So that's how, I don't feel like she should have just said, okay, well, half of the things we say are scripted. It's not opinionated. So your show is not real.
I really have
if she
something
just
to
put
say
herself
about
under
that.
the bus even more, But she tried to take the blame out of herself and put it on, the Fashion Police producers and said that it wasn't my comment.
And the writers for that, for
sure. But she has her image. She's also the host for E!
But my thing is, don't step out of your comfort zone, and especially don't try to change your
But they're
character.
trying to keep their ratings up. I think they're trying to keep.
But my thing is ratings for the show. What about your ratings as a person, period? What about after the show?
So do you guys think Kelly Osbourne actually wanted to quit Fashion Police because of the comments about Zendaya? Because what I'm hearing is that Juliana, she said that that's not true, that nobody felt that it was racist at first until after she said something. And then Kelly Osbourne is saying that she never knew that they were going to say it, and when she said it, she actually told Juliana, that's not cool, why would you say that? And she actually was, really offended by it. But I don't know how I feel about that.
I think if it was scripted, then you should know that it was going to be put out there. But honestly, it seemed like...
was it really scripted?
Well, that's a question that's still in the air. We don't know that for sure.
Rivers Joan Rivers, who used to be the main anchor on Fashion Police, she said a lot of things out of ordinary. She said a lot of things out of character, and no one ever corrected her. And I feel like Giuliana was only trying to fill Joanne Rivers' shoes. She was only trying to
fill them in.
But that's not your role. And in this case,
out.
it wasn't. Definitely found that out. And I just feel like that was wrong. And she should have known better. And actually, if she didn't, like she said, if it was actually scripted, the writers and the producers should have known better. So we can go ahead and move on to our next topic. Lanita?
How do you feel about doctors giving a quote-unquote cure?
The aid in dying treatment.
How do you feel about doctors actually, not technically killing patients, but killing patients, if upon your request, if you want to die?
Well, I actually watched a whole, series on that. Not really series, but it always, definitely, thank you for that. It's kind of in between for me, because it is suicide. No matter how many different opinions, you are killing yourself. Whether you're going peacefully or not, you are choosing to end your life.
Earlier.
And that's my thing with it. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm split in between, because I feel like it's suicide, because when you commit suicide, it's basically you killing yourself. It's just you're not technically doing it. Someone else is doing it, but you're giving them permission to kill you. But it's like, if you're going through so much pain, like, some things are very, very painful. Like, would you want to suffer for another 10 years in pain and agony, or would you just rather, like, okay, I'd rather go out in peace? So I'm confused, because I feel like if one of my family members was really in pain, couldn't move, couldn't do anything for themselves, like basically handicapped to my every need, would I rather, and they wanted to end their life, who am I to stand in between, like, no, you have something to live for and you really don't? Like, what can you do for yourself if you're always in pain? So I'm just kind of confused. I don't know how to feel about it. And it's sad, but it's like, I kind of feel them, because if I was going through something like that, I would probably be like, I don't want to live. Like, this is too much for me, So it is. I feel like it's suicide in a way, but then I don't know.
How do you feel?
When I first thought about this topic, I can't really co-sign with you guys on it being in between, because when I thought about it, I just thought it was completely wrong. Doctors shouldn't be even having that as an option. Help them fight it. I know it's gonna hurt, going through those stages, but if, like you, tracing back on that, if I had a family member or a relative who was just in pain, like, constantly, day by day, I would actually have a grudge towards the doctor for helping them kill themselves in their life earlier.
But some things it's no cure for. Like ALS is no cure for that. Like some cancers is no cure for that. You just keep going through more and more pain, and you keep dying off. So it's like doctors can't find a cure out of the blue. It takes time. It takes research. It takes years. So I don't feel like they're just like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. It's just like whether you suffer or would you rather not suffer. And some people are older, like 60, 70, like you don't want to suffer your last couple of years on earth. You kind of want to be like, okay, well, I lived my life here. It's
and I
time
died
for me to
peacefully.
go. Yeah.
Well,
I'm split in between.
I wonder how actually the doctors feel when giving those dosages to people
die
to
in front
die.
of them every day. I don't think that they really mind, to be completely honest. Like, I'm not saying they're cold-hearted, but I don't think that they just take it that serious, because when you're a nurse or a doctor, you're immune to people dying on you, immune to not getting too involved with your patients, because they're not going to live forever. That's with anybody, but doctors, especially, and nurses, are immune to that. So
Yeah, they deserve an Oscar.
Yeah.
Speaking of Oscars, who do you think should have won? Do you think actually that it should have came out like it did, or did you want other people to win? Well, me personally, I don't want to take away from anybody. And I think whoever won, they deserved it. I mean, we all try, and it's not really my opinion matters, but it really doesn't at the same time, because it's a reason they win. You know, a lot of people vote for them, and that's just the truth.
We don't want to be Kanye's in the situation. We don't want to take anybody accreditation for them. Like, you know, let people live. I mean, for you to be successful and to be invited to the Oscars, I feel like you had to work hard. So I'm not going to say, you know, I'm trying to get to the Oscars. So I'm not going to say, oh, I feel like you shouldn't have won this, because I don't know how many sleepless nights you had, because I get my 8 hours of sleep. I don't. More power to you if you don't. So I don't know. But these outfits, my favorite.
Talk fashion.
Yeah, you know that's our topic.
Uh-huh.
J-Lo, baby, I love you. She gave me she's just been giving me so much life lately. Like, she went off the map for a couple of years, and she just came back the way you're supposed to come back. She came back flawless, fit, fine, beautiful, and her dress just fit her body to the T. She looks like she's about 19, and
That
she's
color,
good 40.
though.
She looks like she's going to a ball. That color does.
With her skin tone, and not too much, just enough for the eye.
And that ponytail was even slayed with the pony.
She did a natural look. Even with her face, like, her makeup's not too dramatic. It's really just neutral. But it's always like that.
J-Lo, like Beyonce, always pulls out every stop. Like, if we go back to J-Lo's wardrobe over the years, it's actually pretty amazing. Like,
And
just
I'm
being
so
realistic.
proud of her. I'm so proud of her and the steps that she's taken in her career. I feel like she's just really setting the standards for older women. Like, she's letting you know that you can still be older and beautiful. You can still dominate in this industry. Older, younger, it doesn't matter. Because people often put a age limit on things. Like, when you become 40, 50, and you get wrinkles, and, you know, you can't love yourself. And she's like, no, I'm beautiful. I'm 40, fabulous. I'm not saying you're 40, I don't. But
She's bold too, and I do agree with you. That dress was absolutely amazing. But my pick for the Oscars was definitely Emma Stone. I mean, it's something that's so classic about her. It's just beautiful. The elegance is just so nice, and it's subtle as well. And I'm really a fan of that color. It's really different, and I feel like she brought something different to the table for the Oscars. Well, for this particular Oscar, because she does stand out. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, and like that dress definitely does complement her skin tone, because Emma, she kind of has like a, I won't really say like a pale texture to her skin, but she kind of does at the same time. Like, she looks gorgeous. Something about it just reminds me of, what is it, Ariel? Her hair and the outfit. Something about Ariel.
I don't like her hair.
Ariel.
The mermaid.
The mermaid. Like, it's kind of like a mermaid look.
I mean, I love the dress, but I don't like the hair. I feel like they could have did something else to her hair.
Well, you know, that's her. Oh, as far as the hairstyle.
No, the style, like, it was just like one part, and then it was like this part just swooped to the back, and it was just like sticking out a little bit. And I mean, I just feel like they could have did something else, like maybe like a little bob, like not a bob, but like like a bob, short do, or like even slick ponytail, like something
Maybe,
cute.
maybe
And I'm doing it definitely look good.
Yeah, but I mean, I love the dress. I don't really like the shoes. I'm not the peep toe fan. But, I mean, if it works for you, then, you was at the Oscars. I wasn't. So I can't hate.
I have a thing for green. I like that green on her.
Too.
And that dress is very classy. But I honestly have to say my favorite person, speaking of green dresses, was actually Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that centerpiece necklace was amazing.
It just made the outfit. It made it. And
It's kind of a lot of green, but it's nice. And it
looks
goes with the
good.
hair. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
And it shows off, that dress actually shows off her curves, her shape, without doing too
In
much.
the perfect way, though. You notice it's not
too much.
tight. Yeah.
Yep.
It's perfect. And that hair. Oh, that hair.
So that's what I love. I love when you give me hair. When you can give me an outfit with the hair, you've won me over. And that style on her is just so perfect. Like, it was so different. It was out of the ordinary for her. And I feel like she killed it. I don't like her earrings. I feel like when you wear a big showy necklace, that you should wear, like,
something
diamond
simple.
Studs. But she has the little hanging earrings, and I just,
It was different for sure.
But it was Oscars.
Her body in that dress was amazing. Now, I want to talk about somebody's body.
Uh-oh. Whose body are you talking about?
Let's move on to 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, they're actually at the Oscar. They're actually...
Y'all gonna hate
Now, I heard he was awarded the sexiest man of 2015. Is that true, Ninfa?
Yes, he was. He is the sexiest man of 2015. Ooh. And
Jamie.
He's very nice looking. He's very handsome. Dakota Johnson, she was perfect for Anna. Don't get me wrong. Do I feel like Jamie Dornan was perfect for Christian? I read the book. I'm not taking him. I love him as a person, but do I feel like he dominated that role? No. Do I feel like Dakota Johnson dominated that role? No. And only because I've read the book. And it's not because
you expected a little more. People
no,
who read the book.
It's not the sex scenes. It was the chemistry. The chemistry in the movie was just all off. Like, Dakota did not play the Anna that was portrayed in the book. Read the book. You're an actress. Read the book. Get to know your character because you're supposed to be that character. And I feel like she was more of herself than Anna. Like, Anna wasn't like that. I've read the book twice.
Ooh. I kind of feel like she took on the role of, you know how in Twilight,
yeah,
I know exactly.
I'm trying to bring it into terms.
No, Twilight, when they actually made that into a movie, it was perfect.
It was.
If you read that book and you watch Twilight, you'll be like, yes, this is, they finally got it right. So I'm thinking, okay, 50 Shades of Grey is going to do it the same. They're going to get it right. And I was so disappointed.
Well, from people who I can honestly say, I didn't read the book. So for a person's perspective who didn't read the book and went and saw the movie, it definitely just captured my attention the entire movie. Like, I was just grasping at every scene. I was drooling over
So don't read the book.
Jamie. So, yeah, because I'll probably be disappointed. If I read the book now after the fact, I probably would.
And it's not even over the sex scenes. I feel like the sex scenes were okay. They could have been a little better, but I feel like they were okay. But it was the chemistry between Christian and Anna. Like, I didn't feel like I seen like, oh my God, Anna was so in love with Christian or Christian was so in love with Anna. Like, I feel like they should have studied the scripts. They should have studied the characters more. And then the movie
now, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think it really got its top ratings because it was quote unquote a dry porn? Would y'all say that?
I feel like the book got it its ratings.
Definitely the book.
Read the book.
The book was a very famous book.
It was a New York Times bestseller. So.
But the ending,
Oh my gosh.
kind of threw me off.
What?
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready.
It's just like, what? Come on now.
Referring to the spank?
The spank.
When she rolled her eyes at him?
I'm just saying the last spank when she said, I'm leaving you.
Oh, the whipping.
Before they ended it.
That hard. Like, he didn't hit her hard. In the book, it was like he beat her. But in the movie, it was, I feel like he could have put a little more energy.
I mean, but it depends on what you're used to, you know, because some people actually whip their kids. And then some people think that's completely wrong.
But so it goes back to the book. Don't put it in the book and not put it in the movie. If you were going to do that, don't put that certain scene in the movie. And I feel like if you couldn't take it as an actress, then I mean, it's ways to fake it. You fake acting.
Now, would you say that spank was uncalled for? Like, honestly, would you let a man spank
But
you?
that's a part of the book. This is a fantasy. It's a part of the book.
That's a nasty
I want
fantasy.
to go ahead and close it with the fact that it was actually pretty good. I mean, and when you're reading the book, it's not a visual. You know, you visualize it however you want.
It's your fantasy.
You know, so a music video ever came out and you were like, that was not what I was thinking it was going to be, you know? So everyone has a different visual, and it's really up to the producers and what they see and the directors and everything like that. It's about how they turn the book into a movie, not trying to get it exactly like the book, because sometimes that's just not going to happen. I mean, like I said, it's about your personal visual, and you expected more, and I'm sorry that they didn't give you what you needed.
I expected more too for that ending. We could have ended it a different way, but at least we know it's, another series coming.
Let's talk about Selena Gomez. Do y'all think she's ending her career by, going topless and saying that she don't like really being famous, that she's been depressed? Like, how do you guys feel about
I feel like that's all really just, it's not really a cry for help, but it kind of is. Like, I feel like she's doing this to get someone in particular's attention, and a lot of people say it's the whole Justin Bieber issue. Like, what? This is all for his attention right now?
Well, at the same time, everyone has their own life, and in most people's life, they go through a stage of depression. And of course, I actually think it could be possible that she is depressed. I mean, she just lost somebody who she was with for a long time, which, Justin Bieber. And I think she may actually be going through something. And when you start to go through something, you actually start to rebel and do those type of things. And it was just what I think it was just a bad judgment call.
But I also think it's a part of her growing up. Like, when she was on Disney, and Disney characters are often portrayed as being angels. So when Miley Cyrus, when she was like, oh no, I don't want to be, this little angel Hannah Montana anymore. I'm buck wild now. She just went crazy. I feel like Selena Gomez is kind of trying to get out of that angel role and to like actually be herself. But she feel like maybe, I can't be myself in the public eyes because you all think I'm just this good girl who dated Justin, who's in love with him. I want to get out of that. I want to go to the next phase of my life. That's it, girl. Do your thing. If you want to go topless, it's all you. Do you, boo.
Speaking of showing off a little skin.
Yeah, showing off a lot of skin. Let's talk about Sports Illustrated.
How do you guys feel about Hannah Davis? Actually, to be honest, she was showing off a lot of skin as far as, slipping down a little bit of her bikini. But honestly, I feel like just like Selena Gomez, she's stepping out from a role that she was portrayed with a boyfriend. Actually, she was known as one of the top baseball players' girlfriend. That was her title for the longest time. And this being her first time actually winning, the cover of a calendar, I watched her, like, as they revealed it, and she was so surprised. Like, she was really shocked. Yeah. And I loved the bathing suit. It was beautiful.
Well, I feel like as a model, you have to pull out, if you want to be on a cover of anything, you have to pull out all the stops. You have to be, a notch above everybody else. And sometimes to be a notch above everybody else, you have to lower your standards. And I'm not really saying she lowered her standards because it may not have even been her call. Like, maybe the shooter was like, give
us a little bit of a tease.
Do you think it's okay to lower your standards just to be popularized or just to be
I'm not saying
famous?
She's lowering her standards because at the same time we don't know if that's what she wants to go into and pursue her career as a half-naked bikini model.
Right, but I feel like in this society, this day and age, we are defaming our titles as women. We are always in the media half naked, bellies out, booties out. True. Like, that is not okay. And
is it okay?
I don't think it's okay because I feel like our younger generation, the babies now, the 5-year-olds, 3-year-olds,
they're looking at that.
They're looking at like women like Kim Kardashian. I'm not a big fan of the Kardashians, but people adore her. And her Prada shoot, half naked, no clothes on, just shoes, nothing but Prada. That's not okay when you're married with a child, because that is why so many young girls are thinking that it's okay to be half naked. That's why 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds, before they even get cycled,
wearing makeup,
are having sex. You don't even have puberty hair, but you're having sex. That's crazy. That baffles me. And I don't think it's okay to do things like that. If you're a model, that's one thing. But if you're just a regular person and you're just out here shaking it for who knows who, I just don't think it's okay. And I think we have to set a better example as women.
And for this
generation. It was definitely a little low. But, everyone is, what they want to do is what they want to do. And we can't really judge her on her decision of, doing that. Yeah. But I can definitely say it landed her that cover.
It did.
And sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
That's just, that's just that. So next, let's talk about Grambling's basketball.
Do you feel like they're doing what they have to do? Tracing back on doing what you got to do? How do you guys feel about our Grambling Lady Tigers and Tigers? Our Lady Tigers, I feel like they're doing well. They're doing fair. But as far as our Tigers, our men's basketball team, do you feel like they've really gave us a change for this year, judging from last year with the new coach and everything, you know?
I know you guys are more knowledgeable about sports than I am because, I don't really follow our basketball team like that. So I won't really comment that much on them. I'll just say that how we redefined our football team, we should think about redefining our basketball team.
All sports.
So that's all that I'm just going to say. I don't really.
Well, they are. They won 2 games. Like, I'm gonna definitely give that to you
I
guys.
mean, but we're speaking on boys and girls. We can't just talk about the men's basketball team. We have to talk about the girls as well. And the girls have actually been doing pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna say that the boys have been doing bad because we actually have some really good talent. But my thing is, why pull it out at the end? Why when it's too late? I want to see that. I want to see that everything you're given for the last quarter, I want you to give it at the beginning. I want that. Like, where's the defense? Where's the offense? Don't pull out all the stops at the end. Let's go ahead and boost it up. Let's take it to the roof when we first start out. Let's come out, go ahead, straight to the basket. Let's do those 3 points. And let's make those free throws because that actually matters, especially when we're not putting up points just going back and forth to the board, but the free throws matter when we get fouled because that is a free point. Nobody's blocking you. You're just there at the line. And how hard is it to shoot a free throw when you're at the level of college basketball? That's just something that I don't understand.
And as Graham fam, I think that we should all go out and support
Definitely.
our and basketball teams more. I know when football season is.
And our Lady Tigers.
Yeah, and the Lady Tigers. I know football season, we're at every game. And that's with softball, that's with track, that's with soccer, that's with any sports, baseball. We should support other sports just as much
All our
as
athletics.
we support the football team.
I feel like if you have more support out there, you're gonna wanna, show off. Everyone gets their ego. Like,
Right.
I even know that. Being a soccer player, I definitely get my ego when I hear people, shouting for us. You're always hearing about the opponent's team shouting, but definitely. So
And having fans, it really helps.
it does.
And that's something that we all need.
Especially in college.
Even fans in our life, like friends that are there for us, that are encouraging us, we need that. And that's something that we just all need. So, I mean, that would definitely help. But,
Well,
I hope you all enjoyed our first episode of The Porch. We will be back each week discussing various topics on various things. And again, I'm Ninfa Saavedra.
I'm Lanita Hughes.
and I'm Taylor Mitchell-Smith, and this has been The Porch. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in with us next time.
Bye.
It's time to live. Yo, you never ever find another quite like me. Chin check the mic, Nike brainstorm and catch lightning. When I speak, sounds thunder. You never heard this coming from down under the underground. It's come up. You can call it zombie head hunting's what my rhymes be.